You know that feeling when you're at Ross and you find the best gifts for way less? Like brand name sweaters, the coolest kids' toys, and plush dog beds? Get that feeling with every gift and save 20 to 60% off other retailers' prices. At Ross, yes, for less.
Baking Hershey's Kisses Peanut Butter Blossoms is the perfect way to celebrate the holiday season with friends and family. With their classic, rich, creamy milk chocolate taste, there's no better way to heartwarm the holidays than by baking with Kisses chocolates. Find Hershey's Kisses holiday chocolates at your favorite retailer.
What is up, my loves? Sarah B. Morgan here with another episode of The Sarah B. Show. Oops, she did it again. How long has it been since? Okay, I'm going to actually look right now because I made a joke about this last time that I'm always like, I'm going to do more podcasts. And then I said, I'm not going to say that anymore because I always say that. And then it is a long time before I do one. So let's see. The last drop was, back to the top, Spotify, let's go, September 20th. Yeah, that's not great. That's like 2 weeks. That's not good or bad, I guess. I feel like I'm decent here. It hasn't been a full month, but that is neither here nor there. I have a good excuse, guys. And I'll get to that. But let me just preface this whole ordeal with I am sick yet again. This is the third time I've had, excuse me, like a sinus or flu or some kind of cold, like the third time since May. That's kind of crazy. That's like what? May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, that's like 5 months. 5 months, and this is the third time I've had it. And I will say it's like every time that I fly, it seems to be, and I actually went to the doctor today, and she nailed it. She's like, "Does this happen every time you fly?" And I was like, "Literally, yes." And she's like, "Is it like just a sore throat, or is it like a whole phase thing? It goes sore throat to sneezing and coughing and runny nose, and then it goes away. It's like a full phase." I was like, "That's exactly it." So. Anywho, it's a thing, and it sucks, and I'm not feeling great, but we're powering through. I got some antibiotics today, and yeah, so I have a couple things we'll talk about. It's going to be a two-parter, but I'll make it quick. It's two-part, but make it snappy. There we go. So let's get right into it, shall we? I'm going to give you guys some updates about Springfield, the appearance we just went on, the Subpar Classic, and then I'm going to tell you guys about some sad stuff that I've been dealing with lately and be real with you guys. And it's something I've kind of wanted to bring up for a while and haven't. And I am mad at myself for not being as genuine with you guys as I pride myself on being most of the time. So there are your teases. Buckle up your seatbelts. Here we go. We're getting into another episode of The Sarah B. Show. Let's go, babies. All right, so let's get first into the Springfield thing. By the way, I'd like to thank my energy right now to Coke Zero. And also a 2-hour nap this afternoon. Today is Thursday. I'm recording this on a Thursday. My sore throat actually started Sunday night. So that is what, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is the first day I woke up and the sore throat was actually gone. But I dealt with it that long and I already made a doctor's appointment. But basically those first few days of being sick, I felt so lethargic. I was just exhausted and had no energy at all. I just felt awful. So at least I'm starting to feel better. I'm into the like scratchy throat and the coughing and like the hacking, like trying to sleep. I just wake myself up. I'm like, I'm dying. I'm going to throw up in my bed kind of feeling. And also it's like, it makes it worse when you sleep with the fan on, right? Because it's like drying you out. But I sleep hot without the fan on and that makes me sad. So I'm like, what's worse? I tried it with the fan today. I think that was worse. I literally barely slept because I was coughing so much. But either way, I was getting to my energy is back, which is great, especially for the podcast. So I digress. Okay, Springfield appearance was great, as it always is, but I swear it was like even better this year than it has been. Like it was just like was such good vibes right from the beginning this year. We flew in on a Thursday evening, which was really fun. We flew first class to Springfield. It's like the only first class I can actually afford to upgrade to is Springfield. So I did it. I was like, you know what? Like this is dumb. It's literally like a 45-minute flight. So what's the point? I know. But also, like, if I could actually do it and feel that first class feel, why not? Like, treat yourself a little bit. Even it's a little morsel of treat, you know? I did it. And it was super fun. And on the way back, it was absolutely worth it. Just being exhausted, not having to deal with anybody else. Just having my own little seat because it was like the one-person seat by yourself. And it was just wonderful. Sat there reflecting on the trip and the weekend. And, yeah, it was great. So there was that. But it was awesome. We went in Thursday night, had a staff dinner. Met a bunch of people that we hadn't met for the station yet, which was fun. And then Friday morning went into the Springfield studios, which they have the most badass radio station there. It's just such a rad studio. They have like these really awesome guitars hanging up everywhere that are like signed by famous musicians. There's posters everywhere that are signed, like photos with everyone. It's just like a really like professional grade, like really badass studio. Like you go there and you're like, this is a freaking like rock station. Like this is awesome. Like it's really just cool. Anyway, so it was fun. We broadcasted from there. We had a lot of our sponsors come in that morning to do the show. We got Cronuts. We had a rider for Springfield kind of as a joke, and they completely fulfilled it. And the best fulfillment on there, absolutely by far, was we requested a cute puppy, at least one. We said puppies if possible in studio. And they brought them. A rescue there in Springfield brought these 3 little puppies. They were so cute. They have 6 of them from that litter, but they brought 3 of them. And they were just the cutest thing ever. They look like little, like, kind of like Great Dane lab mixes, maybe. And the one I held, her name was Mabel. I held her for a whole break that we did. And I was absolutely, completely useless on the air at that point because I just, like, she's a puppy. And like, I felt so good after that. And I was like, I don't think I realized how much I needed puppy cuddles or like animal cuddles. And she was just the absolute sweetest thing. So if you live in Springfield, I should have got the name of the adoption company. Like, they are so sweet, those puppies. Like, and they need homes. They need homes. I swear, I was kind of glad we weren't driving because I was like, I might have not been able to like leave her there. She was just the sweetest baby. So, and we got to play with puppies. That was great. I love the new way we do this, like flying into Springfield the night before the appearance, because we always do that big appearance with everyone on Friday night. So we got to do the morning show there, and we got like basically the whole day to sleep and rest and get ready for the appearance that night, which was an absolute blast. I mean, it was a giant party at this place called the Whereabout Bar, which was like an indoor-outdoor venue. Perfect weather. Couldn't have asked for better. A beautiful sunset. Met a lot of new great people and also met a lot of old people that, we've been friends with for years there and just had an absolute kick-ass time. I totally bought into the whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce Chiefs thing. So I got this really cute Chiefs crop top jersey that I wore. And I got to say, like, walking around Springfield, like the hotel and different bars and stuff before I went there, like, was so fun because everybody's like, yeah, go Chiefs. You're like, Chiefs Dynasty, baby, or like fist bumping me. And I like felt like such a part of the squad there. I was like, yeah, babe, we're family. And like, I know nothing about the Chiefs. Such a poser, but it felt really good. I fit in nicely. So there was that. Definitely had our fair share of drinks. It was super fun. Oh, and Carlos Mencia, I told you guys, I think this on the last podcast, was in town. So after that, we all went to his show and got to see him. He performed forever. We were there forever. He did stand up for like 2.5 hours, and the guys were like kind of wanting to leave a little because we were like exhausted. But he kept talking to us and referencing us, and like so we're like, oh, we got to stay. But it was such a good show. He killed it. Did a great job as always. It was great to see Carlos. And then the next day was a Subpar Golf Classic. Again, absolute perfect weather, great vibes. Everybody was just super happy to be there. Had such a good time. Can't even report on any drama. There was like a blip of drama, and it was just because of too much alcohol, and that's it. A little bit of embarrassment. Some boobs were shown. But that's basically it. I lost a bet on the Giants and Cowboys. Nothing to write home about, really. That game was pretty boring. It was basically all flags and field goals. I think the Cowboys won by like 5 points, and I basically had to run down the golf course with a sports bra and my shorts on, which was basically like a workout outfit, so it wasn't a big deal. And I will always bet on my Giants. I always will. So that's really it. And then Saturday night, after the Subpar, like normal, my coworkers are exhausted, which I totally get. It is a very long and exhausting day, much less weekend. So when you're done with that golf tournament, every year I do this. I'm like, I make plans to go out, especially because like one of my besties lives there in Branson. And, she always drives up the hour and we hang out, and it's so much fun. We either have cocktails or try to get a group together, and it's a great time. But there is that one point of like after the appearance, you get back to the hotel and you're like, man, It would be so nice to just wash my makeup off, shower, and just go to bed right now and get like all the sleep, because you just like burn it at both ends all weekend. It's so exhausting. But nope, not Sarah B, baby. She rallies. So I had my Red Bull already ready for me. And this time, like my friend Jenny was getting there later, so I had time to shower. I got all my shit packed. I was ready to go because I knew it had potential. It always has potential when it comes to me to be a late or crazy night. So I was like, okay, here are my clothes I'm wearing now. Here are my clothes for the morning. And everything else is fully packed, and I'm ready. So we went out. And long story short, like a couple of the guys from the show, well, Terry and Dee, had already called their shot. They're like, we're not going out. Lex was coming out, and Panini Pete, who, by the way, was there too. So good to see him. Panini Pete is just such a good person, and he's so hot. His wife is so very lucky. Well, so is he. His wife is amazing. They're couples goals, for real. They're just great people. And it was so good to see him and hang out with him. So him and Lex went out to this bar, a sports bar, to watch one of the college games. I don't even know which it is. Don't get mad at me. It was like Alabama, Georgia, maybe? Alabama somebody, for sure. Roll Tide. That's all I know. I heard a lot of people saying that. So they went out to a bar, and a lot of the radio station people were going to meet them there. So that was happening. They ended up leaving at halftime, and all these radio people were going to meet them. So I was like, crap. Like, we got to go here. Like, and I know Jenny wanted to go to the sushi bar too. And I was like, we can go there after, like, let's go here and meet these people. Like, you know, it sucks that Lex and them left. So let's go hang out. So we did, and we never left. First of all, it was such a fun time. We went to this place called Georgia Max, I believe. G-Max is what they call it. It was awesome. So we met Uli there, who works for Q102, and he is freaking awesome. This guy and his personality, he is just like, he is loud, and I mean this in the best way possible. He is just like that ball of positive, like, fun energy that you want to be around all the time. What a great guy. And the way he dresses is so fun and funny. Like, he is just awesome. So he was there. And then Cruz came out with his wife, who I love them both so much. And I swear, if I lived in Springfield, like, her and I would be besties. Like, we talked plants. We talked. She's just amazing. She's gorgeous and just like has such a kind heart. Like, I really hit it off with her. She was so awesome. So they were there, and then I got to meet Cuervo, who works for another station there, and I'd heard about, and totally hit it off with him. He's super cute. I really vibed well with him. You know, a little bit of a crush for sure. He was really, really awesome. And then also met another awesome guy, AJ, who they called like Great Value Momoa, because he had like long hair, and he showed up wearing freaking lederhosen. I'm like, come on. This is my type 100%. So, you know, really hit it off with him. We talked all night. We all hung out. Oh my God. I was like, I thought we were going to stay for one drink, which was originally the plan. And we were going to go get dinner because Jenny hadn't eaten. And, you know, I could have probably afforded to eat more for the amount I knew we were probably going to drink that night. So I was like, I'll just have a Cosmo. I'm living my best Samantha life tonight. Sex in the City. Let's go. I think I had 4 Cosmos, and we had like 2 or 3 rounds of shots. Oh my God. We just stayed and drank and watched people go crazy for college games. I met a lot of listeners there. Like, it was just a freaking brilliant night. And the mistake, well, it wasn't a mistake. I just think we probably should have stayed there and kept drinking. But we really wanted to go to this rooftop bar that we love at Vantage in downtown. So we ended up leaving and going there for a couple of cocktails as well. I think we had 1 to 3 there. I don't remember. I think maybe just 2. Anyway, it was a super fun night. Just a great ending to a weekend. Like, it was just awesome. Jenny and I were pretty sloshed. I have never seen Jenny drunk. In our squad, a lot of people call us the bitches of East Dick. But it's our little squad, me, Cass, and Jenny. And Cass and I are usually the ones that are super crazy party girls and out of hand. And Jenny definitely like tries to take care of us. And it's so great of her to do that. She doesn't have to. She is just wonderful. She really looks out for us. And it's a full-time job. But Jenny didn't eat that night, and we had many drinks, and I've never seen her like that. It was so funny. It was just the best night. And yeah, so there you go. Another successful trip to Springfield, and it was awesome. And now I'm still trying to get over my sickness from there. And speaking of Springfield, actually, I'm going to leave this little tease to the end. So I'll give you guys a little fun thing that's happening. But I will tell you guys about it at the end of the podcast. So that was the Springfield trip. Had a great time. Thanks to everyone who came out there. It was amazing meeting you all and amazing seeing you all again. And I can't wait till next year. But now let's get into something a little less fun to talk about, but something I've been kind of concealing a bit. Yeah, whatever. Let's get into it.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
I'm going to open this part up with an email I got today, which it's funny because I was actually thinking about, like, I knew this is what I was going to come in and talk about today. And then I got this this message on my pod page, which, by the way, you can leave a message too. You can go to sarahbshow.com and you can send a voicemail or a message on there. If you have a question, a comment, let me know. It doesn't email all of them to me, and I'm really bad about checking my page that I pay monthly for. But anyway. This one got emailed to me, and it was very fitting because, again, it's what I was going to talk about. So this is from GJ, who I adore, by the way. Love you, GJ. He says, "Hey, girl, are you okay? You are seeming down, and I keep hearing you mention something about a stalker. Is that something that you can talk about? It seems to be affecting you." Well, I will say the second part of the stalker thing is kind of a joke. Something I don't really want to go into, but, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I'll tell you that. So don't worry, basically. But the seeming down thing, well, first of all, I don't know if that's just recently. I've been sick this week, so I've definitely had like a lower energy level than normal. This whole week I've just been like not feeling good at all and fighting it. So, but even before this, I have definitely been feeling really, really, really down lately. I have honestly been feeling super depressed lately, and like by lately I mean I guess just it's kind of become more significant the past few weeks, and it's not like solid straight depression, but it's like every few days or like a week will go by and then I have a really, really bad low couple of days where like everything just seems hopeless. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? So much so that like even as soon as just this week, Monday and Tuesday, I was like contemplating, should I go back on antidepressants? Like, is this a thing? I don't even know where to start with it. I'm like all over the place with this. It's weird. So I can't even explain it. Like, I will say we're coming up on a year since my breakup, which, I've healed from. I'm fully over him. I have no regrets there. Like, it needed to happen. Like, it sucked the way it happened. It was heartbreaking, all that. Like, it's hard being with anybody that long and breaking up. But it definitely needed to happen. It was the right thing, and I'm better off. I am, for sure. But like I said, it's coming up on the year anniversary. It's like the time of the year, which is always my happiest time of the year. You guys know I'm that basic bitch. I love fall. I love Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, this time of the year. But it's kind of tainted for me a little, I think, because of just everything that happened at the time of the year. My mom almost passed away. She was super sick. The breakup, just all of it. It was the worst. I look back now, I'm like, how did I even get through that? But I'm strong. I feel like I got through that. I can get through anything. But again, I think it's just like coming up on the 1 year anniversary of that. And that is kind of weighing on me a little bit, maybe. I don't know for sure. I'm guessing. And also, I still really miss my birds a lot. That was the hardest thing ever, rehoming them. I'm not joking. There's not like a day that goes by that they don't like pop into my head, and I have to like quickly like brush it out. Like, I wonder how they're doing. I wonder if they're okay. I want to message so bad and ask, but if they're not okay, I would not be able to be okay with that, So I just tell myself they're fine. And I'm like, one day I could get them back again, but now is not the time. This is what's best for me. Move on. So that's hard. That's something I'm still struggling with, even after all these months. The guilt, the sadness, all the pictures that pop up of them, and I miss them. And And I will say, like, I don't want to be in another relationship yet. I don't feel like I'm ready for that. I know, like, they say it comes when you least expect it or when you're not looking for it. And I'm not saying I'm shutting that out. I'm not opposed to that or anything. But I'm not looking for that. If it comes, I won't shut it down, but I'm not out seeking it, basically. But I miss my birds a lot. I miss just having, like, something to come home to that, like, fuck, I haven't cried on my podcast in, like, a long time, I feel like. Having something to come home to that just, like, loves you unconditionally and so loyally, and it, like, kills me. It, like, hurts my heart so bad that they, like, look to me to take care of them and love them forever, and I rehomed them, and I'll never not feel guilty about that, ever. And I just, like, pray with everything in me that they're doing okay. But I can't even bring myself to message and ask about it. I can't. Because, again, like, if they said they were fine, I'd be so happy. But if it was anything but that, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't. And I just, I told myself, you know, when I rehomed them, I was like, this is for the best. I'm going to soar. I'm going to do all this content creation. Like, I'm going to do so much. I'm going to make it count. I'm going to do this for them, because if I just was complacent and I didn't do anything, it would be all for nothing. And I want to make this right for them. Like, I know that's stupid, but it sounded right for me. And I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm hard on myself too. I feel like I've been lazy, and it's not really lazy. It's been a whole, like, wanting to get my career together, wanting to, like, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? I need to think about money and savings and supporting myself, and also, like, you know, trying to find myself again, heal, love myself again after the breakup, and find hobbies and things that make me happy. And I think what happened is I finally found hobbies and things that made me happy, and I fully dove into that instead of the other side too. So again, I have a struggle with balance, so I was just like, fun, dancing, going out, giving people my number, like, party girl phase, which maybe that's necessary after a really bad breakup, you know, after a long time with somebody. But I feel like I got very swept away, very carried away in that whole aspect of it. And it's just lonely. Like, I start getting, you know, I'll talk to people, and then I'm like, I don't really want this. Like, and I don't know what I want. And, you know, somebody tries to get close to me, and I'm like, I'm not ready for that. But then I get home, and I have nights where, like, I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden, like, the loneliness, this just quiet, just, like, hits me like a freaking freight train. And I'm like, man, this is so lonely. Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard. I'm having a hard time with it. I'm struggling to know what I really want. I think it hit me recently that I've just been like, damn, like, you know, I've lived this half of a year in my lease, basically, and I haven't fully decorated even. There's still boxes that haven't been unpacked. I think I just, like, I just put off the hard things. I put off all of this stuff, you know, and time just wastes. And I feel like I'm wasting time, and I'm wasting a lot of my life. And maybe I'm being too hard on myself. Maybe I am, but, like, it hit me the other day too when I was in Springfield and I was talking to people. I'm like, yeah, I just got out of a really bad relationship. And then I'm like, whoa, like, it's been almost a year. I didn't just get out of this. And why does it still feel so fresh? Like, and I know people say, like, the longer you're in a relationship, the closer you were, the longer it takes to get over it. Healing isn't linear. Like, it's different for everyone. All of that stuff. But they say, experts say, the rule of thumb is, like, it takes, like, half the amount of time or something that you were in a relationship to get over. Is that right? Or is it double the amount? I think it's half. I don't know. Either way, even if it was half, like, I was together with him for 5 years. So it would take, 2.5 years to get over it. And it's been almost a year. But I just, like, I can't explain how fresh it still feels. Like, it just happened. And maybe it's because, again, you know, the breakup happened, like, end of November, beginning of December or something. And we lived together until, like, March or April. So, you know, I don't know. But I've just been really, really sad. I've been fighting depression. I've been fighting going on antidepressants, and there is nothing wrong with them. Don't get me wrong there. Like, I praise antidepressants. They've helped me in the past when I've been depressed for no reason. But my thing is, like, I know I have reasons to feel sad right now, and I would really like to try to fight them naturally. I know the more I work out, the healthier I eat, the better I am there. it fights it. And I haven't been as great in the gym lately. I have been cheating a lot more with my eating. I obviously have been going out more, drinking and partying. But I find I go out and I like give my number to like several guys who I'm not even interested in. And I'm like, why do I do this? Like, is it just because I'm lonely? And to be really real with you here, like there was a part of me that was like, man, like, I can't wait to, like, when I first got single, I was like, I'm going to heal and then I'm going to have the best time. Like, I don't want a relationship. I have my own place now. I'm a single, independent woman. Like, I could bring guys back to my house and smash and then be like, peace, like, no feelings, no attachment, and just have fun. But it sucks being a girl, being a female, and being single because, like, you don't want to bring guys back to your house that you don't know. That's scary as fuck. Like, that's so scary because then a guy's going to know your address, know where you live, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want them to have that information, and who knows what would happen, you know? So there's that. And then, so on the other aspect, it's like, okay, so you get to know a guy well enough to bring them back. But then, like, I know this sounds awful, but I don't really want that right now. So it's like one night stands or like friends with benefits. It's kind of like out unless you bring them over. And I don't want to do that, especially like it'd be one thing living like, you know, in the city in a very public place, like, you know, where there's lots of people around, a lot of apartments around, like, you know, so if something happened, you could like scream or run out and have help. But I don't live in a place like that. I live in kind of like a very woodsy, very away from everything area. And yeah, it's just like, you know, not that the other one would be any less scary. It's just dangerous out there. Like, it's a weird and scary world right now. And so it kind of makes things like less fun too. So that's all. I feel, I miss traveling. I've been like wanting to take a trip to Italy for so long and I keep putting it off because I want to do it solo. But like, I get so scared because I'm like, in Texas, you know, everything's so spread out that we don't even take transit systems here. Like, we don't know how to use trains or buses. Like, there's no good public transit. But like in Italy or Europe or places like that, like, it's all about that. So not only do I have to try to figure out how to use a public transit system, I have to try to do it in another language, which my Italian is so rusty. Not what it used to be at all. So it's just fears like that. And I hate it because I keep putting it off. And, you know, I have this desire to like go other places and do big things. And I just feel like lately I've just been so, and I don't want to use the word lazy. My therapist even said that. She's like, it's not lazy. Like, you need to allow yourself to rest, to heal, to relax. Like, it's not a lazy thing. But to me, it's a thing of like sinking into that rut, sinking into that depression, really sinking into the whole like, oh, there's tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Like, and I've just been doing that. I literally have done nothing lately but sit on my fucking ass. And sorry for the language, you guys. I'm just venting. This is like therapy for me. Sit on my ass and watch Handmaid's Tale. I'm almost done with season 3. And that show is like really effed up and really depressing itself. So that's probably not helping my mental state at all. But I feel really, just really sad lately, really lonely. And it's probably coming through on air on the Lex and Terry show, like on my personal life. I've stopped creating content as much as I was. Not that I was even doing it that much. I've just been feeling really sad. And I've been relying a lot on drinking, a lot on smoking weed. So yeah, I need to find my happy. I need to start creating again. And it's been a rough time. And I think as the year continues to go on, things are going to be brought back up and, you know, the whole breakup's going to start rearing its head again or just thinking about it. And also the holidays are a happy time, right? And you want to share them with people, and being alone and single for the holidays is definitely sad and hard. So yeah, I don't know. That is what has been going on. And I'm not going to lie. Like, there was part of me that just I'm going to be real. I didn't want to say this because, and I don't know. I didn't want my ex to hear this and be like, she's not as good as I thought, or she's not as strong as she was putting on. Because no, I've been great. I've healed. Things have been great. And my friends, I told them this, and they were like, he literally did the bare minimum when you guys were together. He never listened to you when you were together. What makes you think he's going to listen to this now that you're not even together? And that made me laugh. I was like, that is such a good point. And then also, who gives a fuck? Because you know what? This is my life. This is my podcast. I have always like prided myself on how like genuine I am with everyone, how open I am, how probably too open and unguarded I am with everyone. I share way too much of my personal stuff, probably more than I should, but it's just who I am. It's what I've always done. And I feel like you can relate to people that way. I've had so many messages and emails and everything, like just from being real and sharing the heartbreaking and sad and bad moments on this podcast. And, you know, like now I've been feeling sad lately and I've been ashamed because I'm like, man, I've been doing so good. And I don't want him to see that like I'm sad, but that's life, right? There's going to be ups and downs forever, no matter what. And, you know, you can heal together through this stuff. And it helps me sometimes to hear that other people are going through the same thing. So I hope this at least helps somebody, knowing you're not alone. I am fighting it. It's been hard. A couple of days this week were really hard. There was, I think, Tuesday that I just like was just walking around my apartment and just would like break into these like loud sobs. It reminded me of that scene from from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where she calls, "Hey Peter, there's been reports of a of a woman crying up like in your room. Like, is everything okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I heard her too. I don't know what's going on." And then he gets off the phone with her. Ah! Like, that's literally me. So it's been a rough time. It has. And I know that this weekend was exhausting. And then I came back sick. So it's been extra rough. But I'll get through it. I'm a freaking fighter. I'm strong. I'm stronger than I give myself credit for. I know that. So we will get through this. It'll be fine. I feel like I need to stop. I feel like I've been putting everything into like trying to meet another guy too. And not necessarily to be in a relationship with, but every time I go out, I'm always like looking at guys or like getting numbers. And I'm like, I need to like stop that. Like I need to like prioritize other things. It's not all about sex or numbers or relationships. Like life is not all about that. Find other things. My therapist told me, she's like, I feel like this is a plot twist in you need a plot twist. Like, I feel like this is the plot twist in your story. Like, this is a part of your movie where you like get bangs or cut your hair, dye it a crazy color, and then just go jump on a plane and move to a different country. Like, this is your plot twist time. And I'm like, maybe she's right. And I do. I feel like I just haven't done anything crazy in a long time. I feel like everything in my life has just been staying the same. And that's the thing. I like comfort. I like things to be comfortable. I don't like change. Change is scary. But when you get comfortable, that's when you start sinking into a rut. It's like quicksand. If there's no change, there's no growth, there's no new anything. You just settle. It's stagnant. Stagnant is what my life has been lately. And I am the only one who can make these changes. Or I can sit here and complain about it and do nothing. I just continue to sink further into the quicksand of sadness. I don't know. Basically, that's what's happening. I just need to shake it up. I want to do more content creation. I want to like start doing more. I want to travel more. I want to make some big changes, do new things, try new things, be scared, have adrenaline rushes. Like I need a freaking shake up. I need a shake up. That's what I need. So, something that I teased earlier, I said I'll tell you guys at the end of the show, and I'm really excited about this, and I think it is exactly what I need. Exactly what I need. Yesterday, I think it was, or the day before yesterday, was talking to my friends. My friend Cassie is also going through, well, she said we could talk about it. She is going through a breakup as well. She's been with her boyfriend, I think, 7 years, and just initiated the breakup. It's a process, and she's having a hard time, naturally. And she is going to stay in Branson with my friend Jenny, who lives in that area. And they were like, Sarah, oh my God, get flights. Like, let's do this. We've been wanting to do a girls' weekend for so long, and we have talked about it. And it's hard. Everybody has crazy schedules. Jenny has kids who are at that age where they're like playing every sport, you know, have all this studying and like, you know, just hitting it hard and has like no free time. And I was like, you know what? I have so many miles saved up. I looked into it and I freaking booked a ticket. So we are all three having a girls' weekend. Jenny has this amazing house with this huge deck, and she's a great cook. We're going to have cocktails. We're going to watch Hocus Pocus and Practical Magic. We're going to have midnight freaking margaritas, which has been literally bucket list for me forever. I'm just so excited. We have like amusement parks planned and brunch, so many brunches, and just this cool like City of Lights thing. I get to be with my girls. It's going to be 3 of us laughing and crying and being there for each other and having way too much alcohol and a lot of great food and no guys and onesie pajamas. And I am so ready. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this. It's a bit of a ways away. It's like a month away, but we have it booked. I'm so ready. And I think that's exactly what I need. And you know what? I have a week off for Thanksgiving. I was thinking about trying to take a trip then, but I think I need family. I want family. I want Thanksgiving. Last year again was when my mom was in the emergency room that whole week of Thanksgiving, and we had to miss it. So it would be absolutely awesome to actually have a Thanksgiving this year and spend some time with family. And then I really want to take a big trip in December. I have my 2 weeks off then. My nose is so stuffy now, you guys. I sound funny. Although some people say I talk like I have my nose plugged, which is mean because you guys are assholes. Not all of you, just the ones that say that. But now I really do sound like that because my nose is stuffy from crying. Whew. Anyway, let's get this through. So December, I'm going to try to plan a trip. I'm going to try not to be a pussy, and I'm just going to do it. Iceland is super intriguing to me because seeing the Northern Lights, and it's just beautiful, and wildlife, and the people are so nice. I know it's very expensive, but it could be amazing. Plus, if you guys remember the episode I did with Mike Mazul, the photographer, he's been to Iceland like a million times. I would have like the best like tour guide ever. Honestly, like he would just tell me where to go, but I could also see him being like, I'll go with you, and that would be freaking amazing. But it's also enticing to go to Europe. I would love to go to Italy. I know a lot of things close there, like during Christmas, and it's hard to like get anything or go anywhere, but like, I don't know, man, like I need to go. I need to go somewhere. Maybe Puerto Rico. I would love to be by a beach for Christmas. I would love that, but I need to take a solo trip somewhere. I do. And December is going to be that, and I need to plan it, and I need to freaking ovary up, grow a set, and just do it. So, woo! Okay, what a therapy session this has been. It felt good to be real with you guys. I actually even talked to Terry about this yesterday, I believe it was last night. He's been like worried about my mood as well, and I was like, I'm dealing with a bunch of stuff, and there's some stuff I also am dealing with that I didn't talk about on here that's just way too personal. Even Sarah B has a limit, you guys. But I told him about that I was dealing with it, and it's just a lot. And I told him that I was scared to open up. I was like, I've always been super real and probably way too open with things, and I'm nervous to talk about this because like I've been doing so well, it's just such a setback. But I was like, no, I need to be real with my family. You guys deserve that. So if anybody else is struggling right now, just know you're not alone. Reach out anytime, even though I say that knowing I'm the absolute worst about checking my messages or emails, but I'll promise I'll try. Or email my personal one. I do check that if you're having a hard time, honestly. Don't abuse it, guys, but sbethmorgan@yahoo.com. I truly, truly love you guys, and hope everyone's doing great. And again, you're not alone if you're struggling and going through this. It is normal. It is life, and it sucks sometimes, but we have to remember the great times and the beautiful times as well. Okay, enough mushiness. Go to my website, sarahbshow.com. You can leave messages down there, voicemails, emails. Shout out to GJ who sent that message in. It was timing. You know me too well, man. Stop it. My big brother. I love it. But seriously, love you guys so much. Thank you for following and being a supporter and being friends, being family. I really love you guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.